The much-anticipated high-stakes meeting between the leaders of Japan, India, Australia and the United States is underway in Tokyo. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, US President Joe Biden, newly elected Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese were all welcomed by host and Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida. The leaders posed for a photo op before their opening remarks. All leaders vow to stand together for a free and open Indo-Pacific region. Climate change also mentioned. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese pledged that his country would attain net zero emissions by the year 2050.
We will act in recognition that climate change is the main economic and security challenge for the island countries of the Pacific. Under my government, Australia will set a new target to reduce emissions by 43% by 2030, putting us on track for net zero by 2050.
Now, the summit is taking place as Beijing strengthens its military and carries out military maneuvers around disputed territories in the Indo-Pacific, including Taiwan. US President Joe Biden on Monday even warned that China was flirting with danger and that Washington would be ready to intervene to defend Taiwan. Japan too has gradually upped its rhetoric to Beijing's military moves and is partnering with the United States to monitor Chinese naval activity. Along with India and Australia, the Quad hopes that the alliance will transform into a bloc capable of presenting a unified front to Beijing. Other areas of focus of Quad will be sustainable infrastructure, biotechnology, security of critical cyber infrastructure, diversification of semiconductor supply chain, and COVID-19 response. The war in Ukraine also likely to dominate discussions, of course. And for more on this, we were earlier joined by Spencer Crishley, who is a strategic affairs expert from California. This is what he had to say. Listen in.
I would certainly hope that this is giving China pause in whatever intentions it has towards Taiwan in the near future. It's certainly been throwing its weight around in the region, both towards Taiwan and towards Japan. And again, I just think that aside from it being wrong, according to all international norms, it's also just directly against China's rational self-interest. Of course, sometimes nations behave irrationally when they're motivated by nationalistic passion or resentment of other nations or a sense of historic grievance. I certainly hope that's not what's going to be motivating China's behavior in the future. I think it's a very promising sign that so many nations have signaled their support for it, especially after the United States unilaterally withdrew from the Trans-Pacific Agreement when President Trump came into office, which I feel was a serious mistake. So hopefully this is a reset of what was promising progress at that time. Again, we can't know this early, but I think it's a very promising sign.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.